my name is Chris Dooley. This is my shoulder impingement program. So my client here has a right shoulder impingement. Day one, week one, I'm going to start off. I'm going to go ahead and use a roller initially, and we're just working out his pec on the inhibitory phase here. Okay, then I'll have him sit up. And I'm working out, everything is on the right side. I'm working out his neck, which is sternocleidomastoid, upper trap, levator scapulae a little bit as well. And I've got the, then I'll work down a little bit. I'll go into the teres major and latissimus dorsi. Okay, phase two, the lengthening phase, so I'll have him lay face down on the table here. And for this particular one, so I'm working his pecs on this one. Right here, I'm going to stabilize and just bring it up. Get a nice stretch. And I can do this in multiple positions. Okay, relax for me. The next one I'll be working with is I'll have you sit up and just go ahead and face this direction. And since it's his right side, I'll be doing all the stretches to the left. So I'm going to start off, I say ear to pit. Ear to shoulder. And then back more at a 45-degree angle. And I also want to go ahead and do rotation as well. And you should be feeling the stretches on through here as I'm doing this. Next one then, we're going to use the physio ball. So I'll have him get down on his knees, so facing this direction. Put your hands on the ball, and you're going to roll the ball towards me. And he should be feeling a stretch, his lats and teres. If you can't feel it yet, then go ahead and have you raise your arms up a little bit, and I'll just move the ball a little bit towards me. Are you feeling a stretch? Okay. Go ahead and come back up. Next one then is the activation phase. Have a seat. We'll start off with the neck flexors. So I'll be giving the resistance on these. Put my hand on his forehead. And all of these, on day one, I'm doing them all isometrically. After this, I'll go ahead and have him go through the motions as well. So just push against my hand and relax. And again. And relax. Okay? Next one then, where we're at here, external rotation. So it's his right arm. I want to stabilize his elbow and with one hand, and then I'll have him push. There you go. Just relax. And what he's trying to do is just externally rotate right here. Again. Relax. And I can have him do at different positions along this if I want as well. Next one then is stand behind him here. Nope, you stay there. Sit up. I'm going to put my hand between his shoulder blades. I want you to squeeze my hand with your shoulder blades. There you go. Hold that. And relax. And again. And relax. Next one then, I'll be doing an adduction. I'm actually going to have you lay down and face up. So for his right arm, I have his arm here, and I want you to, you're going to try to put your arm back at your side. Relax. Again. Relax. And on this one, I'm pushing down on his shoulder as well to help stabilize the scapula there. And then the last one that I'm going to have him do is he'll do some crunches. I'm going to be working his core through this whole thing as well. So go ahead and bring your knees up. And you're just going to do a crunch. So lay back down. And all he's doing here, he's essentially just bringing his scapula up off of the table. I want you to keep your head straight here. Okay. When you don't feel my hands anymore, then hold it there. Okay. Back down. Up. Relax. Okay, just like that. All right, so that's the activation phase. Integration then. I'm going to go ahead and have you stand up. Hopefully my ceiling is, raise your hands up. Okay, so my ceiling is low enough here. So for this one, so he'll be facing me. We'll act like he's got a ball in his hands. And we're just going to be essentially doing an overhead pass with a basketball or something. For this particular one, he's not going to have any ball in his hands. I want to make sure that he's going through the motion correctly. So he's going all the way through. Go ahead and bend at your waist when you do. There you go. And just relax. As he's doing this, I can stand behind him and see what's going on with his scapula and shoulders. So go ahead and do it again here. Okay, relax. And we would just work on the ball pass like that. And then later on we'll actually have a ball that will pass back and forth. All right, week 1, day 2. Then for this one, go ahead and lay it face up. I'm going to get into specifics, working out specific knots. So I'll be using my hands for this. So with his pec, I'm going to be looking for a knot. And I'm just going to hold my thumb, pushing down on it for about 30 seconds at a time. And I can move around if there's multiple knots here. Relax. Okay, go ahead and sit up. Okay. I'll work his neck, his upper trap, scalenes, sternocleidomastoid, and again, I'm just looking for a tight spot on each of these. He's not tight, so then I'll work my way down. Teres major, just up there, and then his lats. If there's anything here, his spot as well. Okay, lengthening then, we're going to go to a doorway for this first one. I'm going to come around over here. Just work. Yep, that'll work. Step towards me. No, keep your hand, sorry, on the doorway. Step towards me. And then I'm going to have him turn towards me as well. You can move your feet as you turn. So he's stretching out his pec here on this particular one. Okay, relax. Okay, next one. Come on back over here and have a seat. So for these, I'm going to just work on, again, nice easy stretch. Let's see where I'm at here. And then we've already done the physio ball for the lats and teres major, so I'm not going to go through that again. And then, so for the activation phase, we'll go through the same motions that I did before isometrically, but this time I'm going to have him move through the motion. So this time you'll go chin to chest, relax, again, relax. Okay, now I want you to go ear to shoulder, relax, again, relax. This time you'll go ear to pit, relax, relax. And I just realized I'm doing all that on the left side. She'll actually be doing that on the right side, so my mistake on that. And then I'll have him turn his head. Relax. Again. Relax. And hopefully he'll remind me that, hey, that's the wrong side. And that type of stuff. Next one then, let's see here. So I've done the scapular squeeze already. I'll be doing that again where I'm putting my hand between his shoulder blades, adduction, and again, so lay down for me, face up. This time, stabilize again, have your arm out here to the side, and I'll have him actually bring your arm to your waist, to your body. Relax. And again, relax. And then go ahead and bring your knees up. This time you're going to do, we're back to the abs. This time he's going to be doing ankle touches. So he'll be rotating side to side, just doing your ankle touches there. Okay, so go right ahead. Nope, I'm sorry. So you'll be going to this side, back and forth. There you go. Keep your abs tight. I gotta hold up here. You okay?
No, I'm not feeling.
Have a seat. I'm sorry, my daughter is having some problems here. Okay, honey? You need anything?
There's a ringing in my ear. I feel like I'm going to faint.
Huh? I'm going to let my daughter lay down for a little bit and relax. I'm going to see if I can videotape this myself and go through it. Addie, if you feel you need anything, let me know and we'll stop, okay? Okay, so I do apologize for that. Where is that there? Oh, integration. So this time, go ahead and you'll be on your knees, facing me. If you want to get on the carpet, you can. So he's going to act like he's got a ball in his hands between his, on the floor. And on this one, he's going to be throwing it backwards, keeping his elbows straight. Just like that. Nice and controlled. Okay, relax. And ideally, I'll be back behind him watching his shoulders and scapula on this to make sure everything is acting as it's supposed to. Okay, so day 3 of week 1. Go ahead and lay down for me.
Face up or down?
Face up. Okay, so I'm going to use a ball for the inhibitory phase, and I'll be rolling if I find a spot that's tight. I can concentrate on that particular spot, holding it there for to 30 seconds, and then relax. And then I will have you sit up, and you can turn if you want.
Over there.
Facing that way. If you need to relax, go lay down upstairs or whatever, do that. Okay, so same thing. His neck, scalene, sternocleidomastoid, upper trap, levator scapulae a little bit here, work down, teres major, and then down with the lats. And then, let's see if I can set this. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, if you need to sit down or anything again.
Yeah.
Okay, activation phase. So for this one, I'll be using bands for these. Got this one here. And again, I'm just going through the same motions that we did before. This time using a band for resistance, so eventually he can do these himself as well. So I'll put this around his head here, and I'll hold it this time, but in the future he can hold it. And you're just going to be going ear to shoulder. Okay, go ahead.
It was gonna stay.
Yeah. And relax. Some flexion here. Go ahead. Okay, flex. External rotation. So for this one, I want your elbow in front of you against your ribs here. Not quite, not like that. Grab the band. I'll hold here, or actually here, and you're going to just come right here with it. And if I need to on this, it looks like I do, stabilize his elbow here. There we go, working his infraspinatus. Okay, so scapular squeeze again, and again, I'll just use my hand for that one. I've already gone through that one. Adduction. So go ahead and stand up for me. Put your right arm out, straight. There we go, just like this.
Down.
Yep, just come straight down.
Just try me to hold on to it.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, relax. And I can have this tied to a wall or something as well. Okay, so for the last one here then, lay face down on the table. You'll have your arms up in front of you towards me. And go ahead and grab bring your hands together. Grab them like that. Face down. And I just want you to bring your hands up and touch my hand. So my hand's here. There you go, bring your arms up, there you go. Relax. Again. Relax. Okay, this time, without squeezing your shoulder blades together, now bring them up. Relax. Again. Relax. Okay, so that'll be something that I would really need to work on with him in this particular case. And then the last one will be Russian twists. What those are? Okay. You can go on the floor. If you want to go up here, you can. Again, keeping his elbows tight. If I want, I can have him get a ball or something. And if this is too hard, he's got his heels up, just relax. If this is too hard for him initially, I'll just have him put his feet on the floor and do them as well. That'll be a progression that we can use there. And the last one then will be inhibitory phase. And for this one, we're going to draw a sword. So he's going to stand facing me. For this particular one, I'm actually going to take him through the motion so he knows what it's doing. So your right arm, you'll have thumb facing back. And what you're going to do is you're going to come at a diagonal right here, like you're drawing a sword. Okay, so he's coming here, and then actually a thumb here. So he gets a nice twist in there as well, getting some PNF in there. So we'll have to work on that a little bit as well. All right, thank you very much. That is it for week 1. Let's see, week 2 here, or week 4. So by week 4, I've introduced the Theracane, so he can do some of the inhibitory stuff himself. I'll take this, again, you're working everything on the right side for this particular phase. I've also talked to him at this point, if there's anything on the left side that is bothering him, he can go ahead and use the Theracane for it. So the first one you do is your right pec. Okay, so let's go ahead and work on it like I've shown you. He can feel with his hand for a tight spot, if he's got one at this point, and hit it real good, holding it there for up to 30 seconds. Okay, then relax. Then your neck, like we've talked about. So you can go here, or you can do with the cane part itself. And he's just looking for okay, so you can grab back here with this hand. There you go. If you need to, bring your hand up here and hold. Putting pressure there. So here he's hitting the sternocleidomastoid. Come back a little bit more, right here. Hitting his upper trap. If you need to turn the cane around, you can. And then you go ahead and turn the cane around. So it'll be this way. There you go. There you go. And then you can pull, working on his, again, a little bit of his trap, his teres, and then his latissimus dorsi going a little bit lower even with it. Got all those? Okay. So at this point, I'm hopefully working on getting him independent on a lot of these. We talked about the pectoralis, where this is back behind you. There we go. So he should be able to feel some sort of stretch here, and he can adjust his arms accordingly. And then go the other direction as well. I said at this point, I'm working both bilaterally. Okay. Next one I want you to do is you'll just do the big neck circles. So nice and slow, big circles all the way around. If he needs to, he can stop at one point. If he feels like he's a little tight maybe on his right side, he can stop over here on the left side, get a good stretch in here. You just keep on going. And he can do some overpressure with his hand as well on this for any of these directions that he's at. And then the last one is having him do some shoulder circles, arm circles. Here, again, nice and slow with it. If he feels he needs to stop at some point, he can. And he'll go backwards as well. A little bit of active stretching here. Okay, and then on to the activation phase for this. I don't have a weight machine and cable machine here. I do have my Total Gym. So cable-wise, we're going to work with it. And I'm just starting off real low just to demonstrate here. Okay, so you will sit down. So actually, you're going to be facing me.
I'm on my side.
Sitting. You're going to be doing the external rotation. Okay, so with your right arm. There we go. And I want to make sure on this one, so maybe you come around over here. His elbow is in. And this looks like it might be kind of tough for him. A cable machine with weights, we can adjust the weight even more. There you go. Relax. And if that's too hard for him, go ahead and sit facing the... there you go. Grab onto this. No, other hand. No, same hand, but this way. Overhand. There we go. And I'll have him bring his elbow up here. Now go ahead and come up. No, come up this way. So right here.
Give it a second so it can go back.
Okay, so another option for me with the external rotation there on the Total Gym. The next one then will be, and that one's working the rhomboids, the infraspinatus, and even a little bit, I can get a little bit of a serratus anterior in that one. And then the next one, I think we called it before chainsaw. So you're bent over. And actually with the cable, what he would be doing, he's going to be here with it. So I think on there, you're facing that direction.
Sit back down.
Sit down, yep, face the window. Okay. And what he's doing is he's bringing keep your elbows as straight as you can, right here. It's a lateral adduction there. And then if I want to go more, so face the mattress there. This time you'll be here. And you're going to bring your arm down. And I know on the Total Gym it doesn't work very well on the cable machine. He would be able to go here with it. Okay? Just relax for it. And then the last one we'll do here is, we talked about so balancing. He'll be balancing like in an upright push-up position. And he'll just be balancing on one arm. And at this stage, hopefully he's able to do this for a good amount of time. If you can't, like right now, go ahead and go face down like in a push-up position. Okay, but I want you to now just lift one hand up off the floor. There you go, like that. And he'll hold that. And I want to check to see, I want him ideally, I want this to all be in line. So you'll bring down a little bit. There we go. Nice and in line here. And I would have him balance, and I'd time him for it and work to improve that each time. That's week 4, day 1. Week 4, day 2, then we'll do some foam rolling. A couple of them I'll have to use the stick roller. So for the first one, you'll probably want to be on the floor, but he'll foam roll his chest. If you need to, move the roller to one side so you get more of one pec. And then he can move it to the other side as well. Go ahead and, while you're there, actually, go ahead and roll over on your back. We'll put this down, lay back. And he can roll back and forth, get his latissimus dorsi, his teres, and his entire trapezius. And he can, for this roller, he can switch sides then. Okay, go ahead and sit up. Go ahead and hop up here. There's the dogs. And then I can roll out his neck as well. At this point, I'm expecting him not to have any knots anywhere, so I can get away with the rollers. But if I do find some place where there's a knot, I'll adjust and go ahead and do some point massage as well. Okay, we've already done some of the stretches here. The doorway, lateral abduction. For this one, I'll actually have him at this point doing 3 different heights. So go to the doorway there. Start off with hand at shoulder height. And then turn towards me. There we go. And then relax. Go down about chest height. There you go. And again, turn towards me. Okay, relax. And then down waist height. And turn towards me. So we're getting different levels of the chest there. Just focus on him. Cervical rotations. We've already done the big circles with that. And the kneeling on the physio ball, we've already done that as well. I'm not going to demonstrate that one again. On the activation phase at this point, okay, we've done with the bands lateral and forward flexion. And then also external rotation with his elbow at his side and a little bit in front of him. We've done that one as well. And through all of these, at this particular one, I'm doing bands. I can also do dumbbells, and hopefully I've increased the resistance quite a bit by this point. And then the abduction with dumbbells. So go ahead and lay down for me. I don't know if we've done this one.
Face up or down?
Face down. And he'll have some weights in his hand. And what I'm doing here is your arm will be out. He'll be holding a weight, or I can use bands. And you're just going to, basically you're squeezing there you go. Just bring your arm up. Don't even worry about your shoulder blades here. Just bring your arm up and down. Relax. Okay, now go. There we go. That's what I want. Right there. Okay, and if I want to bring in shoulder blades and that, I can. Okay, just relax for me. And then, okay, so we're going to do, for integration phase, we'll do a push-up with a twist. So I don't know if you want to, just a full push-up and then a twist, remember? Do about 4 or 5 of those. There you go. Now lift up the other arm as you do it. I'm having him do bilaterally at this point. And then week 4, day 3. So the last day that I would be meeting with him. Again, we're using the Theracane for everything. We've already gone through that. All of those. For the lengthening phase, using the physio ball here, have you lay on your back. This is the one where you're stretching your chest, so he's got his arms up back behind him. And then he can roll, just let your head relax. Getting a good stretch with his pectoralis group there. Okay, relax. The cervical rotations for this particular day, we've already done those. And then the physio ball with for his latissimus and teres, where you're on your knees. We've done that one already as well. But I do, for this one, go ahead and do this one for me real quick. So on your knees there.
So it's just roll
Yep,
forward.
roll it out. And then we'll even target a side. So I want you to roll the ball this way. There we go. So for this one, he's really working, should be getting a nice stretch here. Okay, let's go the other way. You feeling a stretching through here? Okay. Okay, relax. All right, activation wise, we're going back with the cable machine on this one. For this particular one, I'm not going to do it on here. I don't like the way that it shows up. But what he'll do is you can go ahead and he'll have his arm up here, and so he'd be facing the machine, and you're just going right here with it. And at this point, I shouldn't have to, but I can help stabilize elbow and his scapula with it. And he'll do this both sides. You can just relax. One arm bent over rows. So for this one, I've got him using bands. So he can stand on the band, and then just like remember you're starting a chainsaw. So you're right here.
Running it tight.
Yeah. So, okay, what I want you to do is I want you, as you're bending forward, okay, get a squat position. Keep your back straight. And you're right here. There we go. That's better. So we're really working all of the muscles back here. Okay, relax. Okay, the pull downs that I've got here. So we would do this one on a cable machine. Right here. And this one we talked about. So he's got the cable machine will be back here. And go ahead and go through the motion. There you go. He starts off his waist, bending at the waist to about there. Now it's all arms. There you go. Back up. Again. There you go. Back up. Okay, so we're really getting some nice control with his shoulders, his lats, even the lower trap. Shoulder flexions then. So, I don't know if my roller is long enough. Go ahead and stand up. Right enough here. We go right here. There you go. He's going to be pushing against the wall, so if you need to, I'll strap his higher. There you go. And to make it a little bit more difficult, bring your feet out more. Okay, there you go. And if I want to make it more difficult, I can even use a physio ball as well. Okay, relax. The last exercise that I've got him doing is we would use a heavy ball. I've got a basketball in this particular case. And we'll be back to back. Start off going this direction. Okay, now let's go in you here. There we go. Now I want you to do it. I don't want your hips though. I don't want your hips turning. There you go. Put your hands this way. There we go. Now you'll have your hands. So here, this hand up. Now over here, this hand up. There you go. Okay, so we would go back and forth like that with a heavy ball. If I want, I can progress that one as well to the point where he's actually throwing a heavy ball. So I would be standing, say over on this side, he would throw the heavy ball to me. Then we would turn around, he could throw that heavy ball to me as well. That is it as far as my demonstrations go. Hope everything goes well. Hope you had a good semester as well. Thank you.